Hello, 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 it's Dan Max, another Game of League ranked. Made it to Plat 4 again, guys. So, once again, I'm back on the grind to get to Diamond. Took me only, what, like 3 months, I guess? January, February, March. Eh, 2.5 months, because I think the season started, what, January 22nd, something like that? January 23rd? So, February 23rd. March 23rd, April. Yeah, so 2.5 months to get to platinum. It really happened in a day. Actually went, or 2 days, or should I say 3 days? Uh, I was gold 3, uh, then went to gold 2 in a 1 day span. Then I went to gold 1 the next day, and then from gold 1, I went to plat that same day. So it was a pretty big jump. I did have an 11 game winning streak, which that allowed me to get to plat. So should be pretty interesting how this works. Actually, I think I went from gold 2 promos to plat. It was 8 games or 11 games we won, something like that. Anyways, all I know is that I'm back, and I'm gonna show you guys a game that I ended up winning. Right here, this is actually beautiful stats. Look at that, 12, 4, and 11. That's me clearly carrying the game here. Besides, obviously, good old ADC there. I was mid. This is mid Garen, by the way. I do have an S on that, so I played very well, very strong. I did have a pretty good team. I was actually going versus the Yas. Kind of kept him a little even there. Um, but like I said, I was way above him on that one. I did check a lot of people in this game, and the reason I want to show you guys this game is it's a plat game. There's the damage charts. Obviously, you have a good old Karthus there doing massive amounts of damage as usual in the vein, trying to scale, but we ended the game pretty soon, which is 35 minutes approximately. And I wanted you guys to see this so you guys understand how gaming in this ELO works. So, with that being said, let me go ahead and pull up their info to see what we were up against. And while that happens, let's go ahead and watch this game here. So I did very well in this game. I'm getting 21 LP. I was getting 23 LP, but then I went on a little 4 game losing streak. I just kept getting shit. So really hard to carry shitters, especially in this elo. So you have to be playing extremely precise. I still made a lot of errors, made a lot of bad judgment calls there, but I was still carrying the game. So a 70% winning streak with Garen, even though I had 4 games lost. Just like, holy shit! Yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 10, 11. Yeah, 11 games, man. 11 game winning streak. Oh, and previous to that one, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So from 7 to 11. Yeah, no wonder I fucking. Holy shit! Before that, I also had a pretty big winning streak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 winning streak. Then I had a 7 winning streak. Then I had 11 winning streak. I mean, come on. That should just tell you what's going on here. Anyways, let's take a look at this. I did get a triple kill in this game. I was pretty happy. Yeah, the triple kill sealed the deal. I ended up just fucking going ham. And this was actually a high elo game. Yeah, somewhat. So I was plat 4. Um, then good old Silas was plat 3. Our Karthus was plat 2. Our ADC was plat 3. And our support was plat 4. And then we had a plat 4. So I was going versus a plat 4. Yas. Just giving you guys a heads up. And there we go. We're in the match. Let me go ahead and get this out. Now, as you got to remember, this is plat elo, but you still play accordingly. Try your best. You don't give up. No matter how the game starts. We're going to go ahead and focus on me there. So, okay, we got a plat 3 Jax. We got a plat 4 Vlad. Their ADC was plat 3. And this is a big no-no. You do not do that. You do not go face check by yourself. That is very much big disrespect. And it gets punished very well. Now, this was their lowest elo player. Now, on here, it says... Yeah, you saw that collapse, man. You do not do that as you get to plat and higher. And that got punished the way it should be punished. It says here he's silver 1. But he can't be. So I'm assuming he's gold 5. He probably just recently got promoted. So he was the only one. It says he's silver 1 here. He was plat. No, he was gold 5 last season. Oh, well, he went on a three-game losing streak, so I'm assuming he made it to gold. There would be no other reason why he'd be silver 1. But anyways, so the game starts off, and a Yas is very simple to beat. If you look at their team comp and then you look at our comp, and then you look what Karthus is doing right now too, if you pay attention, he's actually trying to take away the blue, and he actually dies for it too. So, but nobody gets the kill on that. But going back to the Yas, the way you take out a Yas is actually fairly simple. His win condition is trading with his Q and his wind wall and his ult. So, well, besides his little passive shield there. So what you want to do early on is poke him, but make sure that you take away his little shield first. If you're able to take away his little shield first and proc your grasp when you hit him, then you're doing massive amounts of damage. Also, try to dodge it if you can. Never forget to proc it. This is very interesting here how this works out. I kind of saved myself. Now this is just reaction speed. I did not see their jungler. He goes in. I can't get close to him, so I start spinning because he's gonna catch me. He does catch me. I proc it. He's coming. I flash just in time. If what's his name would have ignited me, though, I was done for. I can't go in. I have Triumph, so I'm able to get it back. This is very interesting here. It was a little calculated for me. He did want to kill me. He wanted to come in with everything. So I proc the shield. Bam. Just got him. Oh, man, that Triumph saved my life. But I knew that if I was able to kill him first, I got the Triumph. And when he came in with that, a little bit of life, besides I have Coup de Grace. I don't know how to pronounce that. It was over. I already knew ahead of time. He does have Conqueror, though. So he could have kept healing up, but I did have... you know, I had... Wait, did he have red? No, he had red. Huh, interesting. Because then I got it. I got it. No, I got red. I had red, I think, initially. But yeah, so it ended up working out in my favor. I got 1 kill out of it, and I already have 2 assists, and I have 26 CS, so I'm ahead of him. CS does matter when you're playing mid a little bit more than other lanes, just because it's like it catches on fairly quickly, especially because most of mid is kind of fighting. But you want to make sure, especially with the Yas, that you keep him down. You don't want to give him any kills. He did get a kill out of that, so you have to get a kill. You have to keep up with him, because he can kind of snowball. So you don't want to, if you're going to give anything to Yas, just give him CS, make it a slow snowball for him, but you do not want him to kill things. I'm pinging for them to make sure. Now, once again, remember he has to do 2 procs in order for him to get his tornado. Always keep that on check. If you're able to have him reset the way he is, it still takes 2. That's 1. You never want to go in after him after he does 1 unless you know for sure you're going to beat him. I'm ahead in levels. I know this. I just don't know where the Jax is at. Kind of had a feeling he was close. He's not level 6 yet, so I'm not afraid of his all-in. You don't want those minions hitting the turret. You do have regeneration powers, so you should be able to get all those minions all the time, especially when you're going mid. I did ping there. They did not listen. They got the kills. They preferred the kills over the safety, so that's the price. That's the price. They do that the whole game, though, and that's very bad. I'm surprised they're plat 3. And the only reason I think they're plat 3 is because when the team fighting starts, they actually do a very good job. Like they're not too bad. So as the game progresses, just remember like to comment, subscribe, hit the little notification tab icons. If you see that I could have done anything better, go ahead and put it in the review. If you see something that you like that you did not know that you're able to do, go ahead and do it. On this instance, since they did pressure forward, I stayed over here to try to take those plates. Those plates are very important in this game now. So turret taking, turret hitting early on is extremely important. So is CS, so I get the CS and I dip out after I get as much as I can from it. The Yas comes by, he wants to initiate, but I just fall back. I don't have to initiate with him, I'm already winning. He did get another kill though. So I do have a ward this time, I do see him. And I am trying to bait him in to fight me a little bit. Now, I do have 2 turret plates, extra CS, and I have 2 assists and a kill. So, I'm actually, I think, tied with him right now in gold. Too bad you can't see gold on this thing. Now, I do try to keep my deaths at 0. The best thing to do is not to give any kills unless you kind of must and have to. He's level 6, he's trying to push in. Remember, you can take on the aggro of the minions, especially when you reach level 7. Your regeneration is really strong. Right there, they have a fight. SAYS got caught out. I think I make a mistake here, because I go in, but no one followed on my team. You see that? That's the other one that did was what's his name? And I try to flash in over there to make sure he dies, but he pushes me up, and there's nobody. I should have gone that way, I think. But I didn't want to give the kill to Vayne, but Vayne just chases hard and still gets it. Look at that. And I didn't have Ignite anymore, so she got it. Our guys did not follow. Once again, I don't know what the hell bot's doing, but bot's making huge mistakes. And it's costing us. So really, look, he's able to roam. He should not be able to roam this. He has no ult because he used it on me, so I was getting really pissed by this point, but I kind of took a breath because, I mean, I still got the kill, but the biggest thing is, you know, that we should have won that trade. They killed Silas, but with the amount of damage I was doing and the way they were side by side, they should have been able to just take on Vayne. Vayne should have never been able to go and roam, but she did. So, big mistake on their part. It's always a numbers game. They should be able to beat Vayne, especially early game. She's not going to be able to kill you that fast, so. Now remember, if you're trying to main Garen, there's a lot of different builds you can go with, but I like to go with the control builds. I get hit by the fucking... I am not afraid of the jungler. Always try to engage first. They do not expect it, and it catches them off guard that you're being so aggressive. It's not a bluff. It's more of if you're going to fight me, you better go all in on me, and I'm going to punish you for that. You make a mistake, I'm gonna kill you, is the idea. So you never want to be a bitch, in other words, especially if you're gonna be taking a leadership role. At the same time, you don't want to give in too much. You see how I'm going back with 71? I have 2 kills, 1 death, 2. He has 2, 1, 2. So it was kind of worth me kind of getting that kill, but it wasn't at the same time. So you can see it however it is that you want, but I wanted to make it a 1-for-1 for Silas, even though I did give the kill to Vayne. I think Vayne got it right. So he does take some good plates. I make him flinch. He's trying to hit me with the Q. I mean, they're kind of, it's very telegraphed. There I go in. Remember, he missed the first one, so I knew he only had 1. There's the ult, or well, there's the little. Now I know he doesn't have it. You see that? And I know he didn't have his shield. You want to go in, hit, and back off, because his whole thing is, you know, he can hit you 3 times with 1 item, or his combo is 3 hits in one turn. I think it was auto Q auto, so I think it resets it for him. So he's able to hit you 3 times. I think even up to 5 times. I think I've heard. So you just want to keep your distance around him. He has his ult. I am a little speedy already, since I do have finished tabbies. You want to finish those tabbies early on, especially versus him. Almost all his moves are autos. This one is funny. Watch this. I did not see him. I see him. I know he's low, and I just go towards him. Yeah, I wanted him to grab me. So he didn't grab me, by the way. He fucking flinched out of that so fast. But I'm like, how is it that bot's allowing him to roam so much? Also, time it right on your silence. Remember, it's about 3 seconds or 1.5, something like that. So take a look at their little silence bar and take as much damage as you can, but then disengage immediately, because you do not want to be trading with that guy, at least not early on. Until you get your first really armor item or a really good damage item and you know he can't sustain with you, then yeah, you can go ahead. By the way, the build that I have initially goes with, I immediately start the game as soon as I can get it. If they go Conquer or anything like that, I immediately start with Executioner Calling. You want to keep their healing at a minimum, and it makes a huge difference, especially if they start popping pots and trying to sustain the lane, because your sustain is better than theirs. So you want to start immediately with that. It also does some decent amount of damage. Look at Yassi's just sitting under turret. That's how you want them. You want them immobilized with fear. You do not want them moving. You do not want them doing anything. The Yasuo's giving me the utmost respect. I was planning here to start roaming, but I noticed that, I mean, they got 2 plates left. I need to get those plates. I was about to go in there. Thank God I didn't go in, because they immediately go with him. Look at that shit. Well, I did go in here, and I have to flash out. Look at that. Again, bot is there. Our bot is so late on moving on shit. And so here there's this is where I play precise. Never be afraid of 2v1s under turret. Always try to trade for 1-for-1. Be smart about it. He got me on that one. He's just fucking spamming the Q. That's all he's doing. He already used ult, so I know he doesn't have it. Look at that. He's just trying to hit me with that Q. Look at that. So the weaker one here is the one with the... that one is Jax. You want to keep him right in the middle. Boom. He gets hit. Hit him too. And he's down. Double. Believe it or not, Jax was the weaker one there. You want to take him out first. He was getting turret aggro too. I defended that turret perfectly. The Yas kept trying to just fucking Q the shit out of me. It don't work that way. He had to jump all in. But I did do damage to both of them, so there was no way. I didn't even use my Ignite on this one. I thought I had used it on Yas before he left, because it was a guaranteed kill. Salas was just taking too long to push in. Like, I don't know. And when you're a jungler and you see shit like that happening, take the fucking lane and push it down. You could get first turret. Who gives a shit who gets it first? Especially if you need gold, just get it. I had to back here because I noticed that I was able to complete an item, so I just needed a few extra seconds, and I decided to do it because I didn't even see Yas there either. I think he could have gotten the turret there. I'm not sure. Not sure how that works. But I'm worth now something. I'm 4-2-2 even after that. Even after they killed me, because I did get a double. I played it perfectly. I went for Jax, and then the second one was Yas. Some people would go immediately with Yas, but no. He's too shifty. He'd probably be able to get out of there. You want them to where they have to commit. Like, see, all he's trying to do is just get that little cheap-ass shit. Now, like I said, the reason I go with Executioner Calling was because in that match there, they couldn't heal up appropriately. If they would have healed up, maybe he would have been able to live. I was going to engage there. I didn't know that he was just going to not give a shit. But like, see, right there, you don't even have to let the minions get that close. Obviously, you want to judge where he's at. That guy's fucking camping mid, man. That Jax. Obviously, you want to. Hey, Yas is just sitting there in a turret, man. Like, what the fuck? That's a lot of respect. I mean, I guess I did whoop both their asses, so. See, there it is, the first Q. You want to go make sure that his little defense is down. Now his defense is down. I take the full blunt of the force. You see that? I thought he was going to try to come back in, but he did. So you don't let the minions hit the tower. I did get to see Jax Roman, which I thought was funny. I was about to go Roman and kill the Vlad, but I have to make sure that I win tower first. He just sits under turret, man. That's insane. He's actually not even moving there. So we're just trading back and forth. We know that I guess whoever gets the first hit in is more likely going to die. But he can't regenerate like me, so the whole point is to try to trade with him and force him to back. So that is the whole point with Yas. If you can't kill him, drop him real low and force him to go back. He can't Q there, so, and he takes a tower shot. He already sent everything. He has nothing left. His threat is gone. So now it's my turn. Like I said, as soon as he trades in and out, he has to keep the continuous battle going, and he can't. So you see that? Once you reach level 11, it's practically GG. Like, he can't keep up with the trades with you. So you want to trade with him consistently but smartly. Like right there, he already went in. Bam. Remember, the whole point is to get him low, because now he can't fight me. And so I just one turret there. Now if Jax was anywhere near, he would have gone and helped him out, and that would have been fucking embarrassing, because then I can't help him out. But Jax, I guess, got tired of helping him mid, so he just had to go do his own thing, which gave me enough time to get first. That was a guaranteed first start, so I beat him. Remember, the kill isn't always the objective. The objective is, can you get that tower first before anybody else can? Even though Karthus already got the fucking turret. I mean, whatever. Now here he could have answered back with taking the turret, because he actually clears wave pretty well. But I had to back up because I had to reset the whole thing. And I'm finally getting my armor items in, so to be able to fight. Now the reason I'm getting armor items in, even though Vlad is part of the equation, I got Executioner's Calling. Vlad's main gimmick is also healing. So there's actually a few of them here that have gimmicks of healing, which is Vayne, Yas, Jax. So Vlad, you know, there's actually 4 of them. I don't know if Thresh Shields, I don't think so. But if you're able to take that away from them, then all of a sudden one of their main strengths is taken out. Now I went here to go help, but he ended up dying, and he still killed him. So yeah, he ended up killing him. So I was like, what the fuck?
Blue team double kill.
Now bot ended up just staying too long. They kept making mistakes and errors, and then they fucking pinged me. Don't do that, guys. I already knew I was gonna go there either way. But don't make stupid ass mistakes like that and expect to get bailed out. Like, I just hated the fact that bot just kept making really bad calls. And your team, now this is high elo plat, guys, alright? So just giving you guys a heads up, it doesn't change that much when you go from one side to another. I'm hoping diamond is different. They almost caught me here, man. This is cheese right there. Watch it. That's just cheese. I mean, come on. Look at that. So you want to fight, bitch? Look at that. I just literally fought approximately 3 people. That was 3 people. Look at that. He's like trying to be all ham and shit. Could smack the shit out of him. Once again, tower was almost down. It's 3v1. They finally ended up moving, but the tower's still not down yet, and that's just because they've been making fucking bad calls. Look at that bot lane. That should have not had happened if they would have made the proper calls all the fucking time, but they didn't. So we decided to go versus the Vlad here. He's caught out of position there. I was going to go through there, but I take the long way because he's actually pretty smart. And I try to get there in time. And I do. And now he can't heal. As soon as I got him with that Q, there is no healing. And here we just fucking own ass. So the one that has it once again is Jax. Jax is so squishy here to use his shit. Boom, he's down. And we all fought the right ones. They all got fucked up there. They made a really bad call there. Extremely bad call to go in after Vlad was down. And Yas and Jax together are not going to be able to take me out. Not with the build I have. I just dish out too much damage, especially after I shred their armor. So I'm worth 400 gold right now. So 623. Great call from them here to take Baron and to take that bottom inhib. Not only did we get kills, we got Baron. This switched the momentum of the game. This was a great call. This is the stuff. And then Vlad once again tries to be all ham. As soon as I hit him with the grievous wounds, there's no healing. And now he's silenced and less healing. So it's over. I thought they were going to go in for the Kaiser here, but they decided not to, which is, I mean, they started bitching out. So I'm still worth 400, but I have 624, and you saw the influence I'm having on the game right now. It's huge influence. I'm keeping Yas down. He has to go get killed somewhere else. The bot keeps inting and feeding, but they finally made a good call there. Silas is doing actually pretty decent. He's not doing pretty bad. And top lane is actually doing pretty decent too, even though he's 255. He's kind of ulting at the right time frames. So, but I am just massive at this point, like super massive. I think this is the reason why I'm worth 400 gold too. Kaiser got caught out. Typical ADCs. I don't know if I didn't even pay attention because I was talking about more important things than getting caught out. You don't want to get caught out. You're the ADC, you don't go by yourself and face check. This is like simple 101. Oh, if he would have landed that. Silas goes a little too ham here. I'm trying to keep them off. I can't get close, really. It's a 2v. Or they did kill him, so I guess. This one is actually pretty funny. Do I die here? Once again, you don't want to get too close. There's a 4v3 yet again. I don't know who the fuck is pinging, but they should have been pinging when they go win and fucking engage over there. You don't want to give him any ground. He catches him there and it's over. You take away his healing. Fucking destroyed the shit out of him. Now we can just fully engage and nobody comes towards over here. Oh lord, man. If he would have caught them there, that was it. They were all dead, but I mean, I warded there so we can see where they're coming back, but I'll take the Windrake. The Windrake is pretty strong. Especially when you're trying to catch up to. Look at that. Fucking gorgeous. I think this is where we ended up turning the tide since we're 21. I don't know if we were ahead the whole time, to be honest. I wasn't paying attention. They back off. We need to get a pick. Kaiser goes in like a fucking ham motherfucker again, but this time she gets it. So the fact that she was able to get the kill, that made it very worth. And once again, it was Thresh. Thresh being pretty ridiculous. We're trying to get rid of some of the minions since, you know, we kind of failed at that. We are losing our Baron buff. We never went and fought in the lanes. We actually tried taking objectives. I don't know. I mean, at this point, okay, so at this stage in the game, you kind of want to be with your group, whether it's a good idea or a bad idea. Usually 5v4s are better than 1v1s, especially if you know how to team fight. Okay, he engaged right there. I go in. This is where I died too. I was taking a little too much aggro ham. Right there, it goes in. I have to go in. I ult that guy. He's down. I don't have to be in here, but I go in here. I should have gone top. I should have been able to kill him first. But Grievous Wounds does so much damage to all of them, and I don't think anybody else has it besides me. Yeah, I just made sure they couldn't heal, and Kaiser took it from there. I don't know if you guys noticed that. As soon as I went in, their damage started going down, and it was not going up. So my death was completely worth there. Well, I wouldn't call it worth. I think if I would have gone and killed Jax first and then gone back, maybe would have worked. But I was just trying to make sure that you know, our team fully engaged, and they really didn't kind of fully engage when I was in there. But we ended up lucking out just because Grievous Wounds was so tough on that one. It did not allow them to heal up. It did not allow them to, since I was also doing a lot of damage, there was a lot of AoE. Plus, you have, did he ult? Actually, I don't think he didn't have ult. I tell you. Well, Kai'Sa did what she had to do. So, that could have gone extremely horribly wrong. But I had to make sure that, you know, that they all had Grievous Wounds. So now all it is farm up. I need a little bit more CS to catch up to an item I want. So I gave up myself there for the team. So you guys have to notice that even though you're carrying, sometimes you do have to give your team a little, you know, little spring push. Those 3 kills really helped out Kai'Sa, really helped us on our goal lead too. It was completely worth it. Now they started a fight there without me. Jax dies, and that's another one. I mean, and that was a good pick. I'm gonna have to give it to them. Jax, I don't know what the fuck he's doing. I think he was tilted by this time for. I really stopped what I was doing because I was trying to get some CS, but I didn't know if everybody was there or not, so I had to go and see. Luckily for us, it was just Jax being a fucking moron, and that's it. Also, it's okay to take a little bit of time to reset, get some items before you decide to fully engage. I don't think they do it here. Kai'Sa should have gone back and gotten that red before she decided to push him forward. Right there, I ping. I'm going bot because I'm not going to get there in time. And I tell them it's a 5v4. And they just don't give a fuck. And they've been doing that since the very beginning. They didn't roam. They were oblivious to our pings. They didn't even, especially to my pings. If I'm mid and I'm telling you, hey, fucking back off, back off. They don't care. So it's not my job to make them care. If they make a bad decision by that time frame, like even if I got there late, it would have been late. I mean, there was no way I was going to be able to stop that. I think they tell me here, hey, you know, we need a group. And I tell them, hey, I told you guys. I pinged it was a 5v4. Y'all decided to still go in. I'm not going to babysit you guys. I am 8-3 and 8. And everybody just reset their goal. Oh, shit. Someone were there? Oh, no, I put them. Oh, but they did have one. They did see me. I'm taking the jungle farms now before I go and take that Drake. The Drake was a blue Drake, so I didn't really care too much about it. Now, by taking that Drake, we do start the initiation for Elder, so pretty good. But by the time I got there, she got it. It's okay. There was no actual obvious threat either, so I didn't have to worry about it too much. But I just taking more CS so I can complete my build. I level up to level 18. You want to get to level 18 ASAP. I'm level 17 at the moment. Now we can group up. I have red, and I took a lot of their camps and farms. And so I'm at 205 right now. Here, I don't know what this. She was trying to bait me towards him, but I knew he was there. That was a pool that, if that would have landed, I was going in hard. Now this is funny. I don't know what he was thinking there. I know that she could kill him. I was wanting the Yas, really. I have GA, by the way, but I decided to take on the Vlad because he's not going to safety. He's running away. Bam, blam. Thank you, ma'am. It's over. The reason I ulted... Oh, my God. He got a lot out of that, too. The reason I ulted was not because... Yeah, Yas ain't gonna do anything anymore. I have GA. The reason I ulted was he was silenced and I didn't want him to pull the other ult because he would have then lived. Now this was a very bad call once again by our bot lane. And now this one I went in to fight it too. I still have ult, but I can't do anything yet. And the Vayne knows who's the big boy. I should have just left him there. I should have just fucking left him. I didn't leave him. I should have just fucking left him. I fucking messed up there. Maybe I should have hit him then. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know, but that pissed me off. Like that, and then Not said something here that even got me even more tilted. It was like, oh yeah, I think that one was a bad call. We shouldn't have ult in there. And I was like, y'all been doing that since like the beginning of the fucking game. And I think he put LOL, question mark. They didn't see it. So right now, and while you take a look back into the game, you get to see all the fucking stupid ass mistakes that they made. And I have to make up for those mistakes that they make. Which I did. I was taking advantage of some of those mistakes, but they made the game harder than it should have been. If they would have just sat back or followed when they were supposed to, you know, helped when they were supposed to help, you know, just gotten in on some of these fucking fights that were gimmies and then stayed away from fights that were even simply not gimmies, this game would be so completely out of whack. We would be so fucking far ahead. You take away those times that they gave all those kills, that's literally like about 8 kills. It'd be 20 to 32. That's a no contest by that time frame. We would be so fucking far ahead. Our gold cap would be just too high. Like, it would just be too high. So anyways, I was typing there telling them, oh, now everybody wants to group. That's cool. Let's go ahead group. We did take mid. We at least took one turret. All we got to do is take top. And they make it a little too easy here. They're tilted already. They don't know what the hell's going on. We do so much fucking damage to turrets. We have so much control over this. Who gets caught here? Someone gets caught. Oh, it's Karthus. Once again, stopping the healing. We got one. Going in. Getting the Yas. Yas is the focus. Bam. Wham. Now it's Jax. Now it's her. Bam! Beautiful, beautiful fucking focus on a. They had us on grip there, but the Grievous who stops the healing. Our team starts focusing more. We're able to catch one. That's game, by the way. They fucked up there. They fucked up hard. As soon as I went in, the first focus is Yas. You do not want. I don't know if he ulted. I didn't see his ult, but if he didn't have it, then he's gonna die. First focus is Yas. Get him out of the way. He's the one that does the most amount of damage besides Vayne. But Vayne is still a little bit far behind. So get Yas out of the way. Then Jax. Jax has a good old stun. And he had, I think, the most health on there. But he also had the, I think, the villain on him. So I do the most damage to him. So get rid of him. Keep Kai'Sa alive. If you're able to get rid of the engagers that usually can kill Kai'Sa, then that's perfect. But I think she still ended up dying because Vayne started fighting her. No, she lived. She lived. I think they were fighting Vlad because Vlad had a little bit of health left. I'm gonna rewind it here in a whole second so we can see that final fight, because that final fight won us the game. It was all because I started focusing on the correct ones. So usually you want to focus on the one that's really close to you, but you want to focus also at which one's the highest threat. Which one can really change the whole game, and usually is Mr. Shifty person over there, Yas. I did keep him down as much as possible, but I mean it's Yas. He's gonna get crazy. But I need to get him out of the match. And I noticed that he was low on health too. And my ult should be able to kill him since he won't be able to heal up as much as he wants to heal up. So, and his thing was proc too. So, I ult him, he dies. Then I go to Yas. Or not Yas, I go to Jax. Jax is the second biggest threat. He's not doing a lot of damage, but he has a stun. And he can get in and out and probably kill our ADC. So you want to get rid of her. Now everybody's like, well, just go focus on Vayne immediately and GG. it's not that easy because Vayne can still gun me down. And so the whole point is to get rid of all the rest of them so that way our ADC can have a clean fight versus Vayne with me on there. And we ended up doing exactly that. And let me go ahead and get the little time thing because that was a really good team fight there. Now, what I was hoping is that they didn't focus me, because if they would have focused me, then I think the game might have been over, because I was kind of like the one keeping everything together. Let's go back. Okay, so starting off with this one right now, actually, you know what? I'm going to take away the scoreboard, too. Yeah, no, he still had his. Oh, they both had it, actually. I don't even use that one anymore. I used to use it a lot. Scoreboard. Let's get rid of it. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so at the very beginning of this fight, I'm already leaving. So we were supposed to disengage and go bot. You know, go finish up. Actually, maybe I should leave the little there so you guys can see. So let's go ahead and see what we have. Baron, by the way, Baron does not make your team fighting stronger unless you have minions with you. If you have minions with you, then your team fights become insane. But if you don't have minions with you, then the team fights are not that strong. It's like it's the same practically. Maybe I think you get a little bit more movement speed. So let me go ahead and put time control so I can just move a little bit further back. Okay, good. So, and then this is to play. Yeah, okay. This is to rewind. Space. Alright, so the fight starts off right here. Too bad I can't zoom out even more, because if I would be able to zoom out even more, that'd be awesome. So right here we have priority. I don't know what Vayne is doing here. I think she's trying to keep the main minions at, and I don't know what the hell Yasuo's doing here. Everybody should technically be up here, so that's already their mistake there. We're positioned correctly. A little wide, I want to say, for feeling safe, but good enough. So he takes his ult out of everybody's. I guess that would be the right ult because it's AoE. But I was thinking more Yas. Maybe Vayne. I don't know how Vayne would work there, but I mean, I guess that works. So we initially melt this thing like butter. That's melted. And they can't contest us in this fight here yet. So right then and there, at this instance, everybody was supposed to go this way and this way. The only reason I'm able to go this way is because, I think I still have flash. Do I have flash? Oh, no, I didn't have flash. I thought I had flash. But I move fairly quickly, too. And they would have to completely hard engage on me to be able to do that. But I was trying to take this angle to get my ass over here, because we have now mid, top. Actually, Baron's popping up, too, so, hey, we could have just gotten prepared for Baron, and that would have been actually perfect. Simpler, faster, more effective. Safer, but it's more guaranteed. So you want to go with guaranteed, but you don't want to fucking flip the coin when you're already winning the fucking game. So we go ahead and take that out right there. We're good. Right there. You see? Okay. So I don't know if you see that there. She didn't have flash either. Actually, nobody had flash on their team, so they wouldn't have been able to jump on me. So the reason I pressed my Q is because I noticed that they are planning on re-engaging here. Now there's only 4. I did not know that Thresh was over there. So there's only 4, so I'm planning to leave already. I guess Thresh was dead and he barely just got revived. I'm able to do that. He's not able to do that. So right there they decide to engage in. They're chasing us, and I don't know why he's that far. He should have gone that way. They should have gone that way. But they decide to follow me there, which is pretty interesting. That's a bad move. Oh, he decides to take that out too. And so Jax, I guess, saw him take it out, and he wants to take him out there. He also decides to start hitting him there, which is pretty insane. That's pretty dumb. So right here, the way we're positioned, that's really stupid of him. He should have not even cared about that thing. He should have just kept going, and he should not engage there. And does he have flash? He has flash. He could have flashed out there. It would have been okay. It would have been a cost of a flash, but there would have been no engage. And like I said, guaranteed is better than fucking trying to give him the win. This is giving him the win. So boom, they go in after him. He has nothing. This guy flashes out already. Is it Vayne hitting him? Yeah, Vayne is hitting him. He's gonna die. There's no way he's getting out of that. Yeah, and everybody aimed at him. So now, what's his name actually does get hit. Oh, he didn't go in though. All right, so I go back in on that one. I have to re-engage, and the whole point is lower down the healing because this fool ulted. So I want to lower down the healing as much as possible so he's not, regaining really big chunks of health, which he'll still regain some, but hopefully not big chunks. So right there, look at that. Boom, lowered him down, lowered him down. He goes in. They proc this, which is Thresh. He takes some blood to heal up already. He actually ulted. Is it him that ulted? Right there, we take down his GA already, so he's out of the match. And he got big too, so he was out. And he's ulting right now.
You are forsaken.
So he ults. He almost dies because he came out of the pool when the ult finished. But Grievous Wounds was on him. You can tell right there. So there was no way he could heal up completely. So he was down to a little bit of health. And this guy was dead, so it doesn't matter. But he's reviving. So technically, this is a 5v4. Yes, it's a 5v4. And he positioned himself out here. He was trying to run away, which he should have actually gone this way. Because it would have forced us to continue the fight. So actually, Vlad made a mistake there. And we're picking him off there. So that's actually pretty good. Right there, I wanted to just ignite him because there would have been no way he could have been able to live out of that. He comes back to life. Thresh is trying to bring him into the fight, which I think that's a mistake. Yeah, he should have just put the little shield here for him. Oh, that was perfect. God damn, he just got hit by her. That was fucking a huge amount of damage. Good old hold by him. She should technically be dead. Wait, who's that? Yeah, it's Vayne. Oh, she did die. Who did I ignite? Did I ignite her? I might have just ignited her then. Okay, right here they grabbed what's-his-face, and this is where we turn around. And this is actually the perfect time to turn around. First of all, I have full health. I look at everyone's health. Unless everybody decides to focus me, I'm also level 18. Unless everybody decides to focus me out, I'm the only one that's dying. And, I mean, they don't really have a lot of damage besides him. He's the highest damage dealer, then him, then Thresh. So Thresh, I don't give a shit about. Go in. There it is. Once again, I start with the spin to lower down their defenses. And I was actually trying to kill her too. But lower down their defenses and get those Grievous Wounds working. We want those Grievous Wounds in there. So, boom, 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 boom. There it is. They ignited him instead of me. I take out his little shield already. And there they all at, getting there. She hasn't even revived it. So she revives. I have to back off. I kind of noticed this, so I back off a little bit. Trying to bring him into me so she can finish him off. Because she should be able to finish him off. But he puts his wind wall so he doesn't get a lot of damage. So this is a 3v4 right now. We're still fighting with one less. But they are getting low now. Right there, I proc his shit because the things get blocked by her. So it's really just me doing the damage at this point. But it also is taking away his shield, which is perfect. And he's coming in to try to get her, I believe. Right there, I notice he's low enough. I took off his shield. I don't want him getting the proc back, and I can finish him off. I saw him backing up. He hasn't done shit, actually, yet. I was assuming he was going to try to grab me, but I think he's trying to protect her from him. I'm pointing at them, and I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying. Thresh is trying to protect Vayne from Silas. Now, Kai's way far back here. I don't know why she's so far back. I mean, even if they tried to engage like him, I would have just gone in and destroyed his ass, which actually that's what ends up happening. So I'm actually doing all the work at this moment. They're just threats. And the fact that they're threats, these guys are bitching out. Technically, they should have just all gone on me. These guys would have not been able to hold them back. But fear is the biggest thing that a lot of people have. So, boom, look at that. Holy fucking shit. I just completely destroyed him. Now, here's the thing. When you have Triumph, you can fight sustained fights with Garen. It'll give you that 10% back, and then you still got Grasp. So now that that's gone, now he has no wind wall. That's the biggest threat there. Everyone would think it'd be Vayne, but it's actually, you know, the fucking Yas. You want to get rid of him first. Now in this position here, see the Thresh is trying to get rid of Sylas. If he would have thrown the hook at me and then they all focus on me, that would have been, I believe, the right choice on their part. But Thresh is just trying to keep Sylas away from Vayne, which is pretty retarded. Is she rolling? The fuck is she doing? Is she rolling? What the fuck is she rolling for? No one even is going for. Now she has the villain mark, which is perfect for me. So he's so low that my proc just murders her. It murders her. It murders him, really. Let's see this again. Okay. Boom, he's gone. Oh, he gets deleted. He goes in. We get rid of that. I did ignite. I go over there. Oh, no, I ignited there, actually. Did I ignite there? Holy shit. Let's watch that again. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. That looks so beautiful. All right, so someone ignited there. No, I did ignite there because... Oh, there's 2 ignites there. That's actually pretty good. All right, so... Okay, so there you go. He dies. She's doing damage to him. Now, that's just my proc on a regular queue. That's 2 people, by the way, just taken out. He actually does get caught, which is insane. I thought he actually dodged it. Now, this right here, she's supposed to be focusing on her, while I'm focusing on her too, because she has that little mark on her. Now, I don't think I had anything left there anymore. I actually used all my abilities. And it's good that Thresh is a moron. I don't know why he went all the way over here. He hooked him, and then he should have pushed me away from Vayne. So Vayne should be dying here. Yeah, and then bam, I get another 10, and then all by himself, and that's it. That's all she wrote. So this is all last second thinking. This is just pure practice. As long as you just keep practicing, you're gonna get the hang of it. Watching SKT, watching all these other people that are pros playing, and you kind of start seeing it in kind of slow motion, and it becomes kind of insane how fast things move in your head when you're watching this happen, and you're making the right decisions, and you know you're making the right decisions. So, could have been better, maybe, but I think I chose the right people to take out at that point, and it actually ended up helping us out big time. Also, they were kind of scared, so I'm gonna give it that. So let's go ahead and watch how this unfolds one last time. There we go. We go in, take out that. It is what it is, man. Everybody makes mistakes, but can you capitalize on those mistakes? Now remember, this is high plat elo. Besides the Thresh, I think the Thresh really wasn't a high plat elo. He gets caught. Big mistake by Karthus. I'm trying to fucking ditch that place. I see him die. I was like, fuck it, we have to go in. I would lead in with the spin, making sure that they don't get, you know, whatever. I try to Q his ass, but he's not. It doesn't work. Go in. I think that's me igniting. Once again, we're doing more damage. They don't have a lot of abilities left. I see, boom, Q, ult, smack him out. Then time to hit the Vayne. Thank God he did focus on the Vayne. And then the Thresh should be the last one. That's about right. That's how it should be. That's exactly how the fight should have gone. If we would have had Karthus, we would have just won it way ahead. And then that's all she wrote. So hopefully that was a nice breakdown on the team fight there for that elo fight. Everybody makes mistakes. Look at that beautiful line there. And yeah, I mean, a win is a win, and I feel like I earned this win, and I have 300 gold on my head now. And Kai'Sa did do very well there in the very end. On the team fighting, I think she was a little too far back though for most of the fight, but I mean, they fell out too. I mean, they were fucking afraid. So it ended up playing. So most players are like that. They're actually very afraid to engage, and you have to engage in a fight. Don't blink, you know, don't bitch out. You have to stay focused on taking out, you know, the main objective, the main threats, and then do what your kit is supposed to do. So my kit was just supposed to slow down the healing from Vlad and Jax and Yas and the Vayne. Vayne had more massive healing than the rest, but they all had a little items that would actually get them to heal up, and you want to slice that out of the match. And that was my job as a mid. And so I did that. When the fight started, I immediately started spinning, also reducing their armor for the rest of our team to be able to hit them. And I started taking out key suspects, which is usually the Yas, since we were mid, but in that fight, Yas was the one to take out, and I did. So once he was out of the match, everything was kind of easy. Jax was just taking too much damage. And then the Vayne just couldn't do enough on single damage because Kai'Sa was also popping off and doing some really decent amount of damage. But then again, it kind of helps whenever your opponent can't heal up. She couldn't heal up hitting me just because, I mean, I had Executioner Calling. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the little notification tab icon so you guys can see more of this great subjects when we start looking into them. I did make a lot of mistakes, actually, but as you can see, this is plat and kind of high elo plat, and it doesn't fucking matter. Like, you do have to play kind of precise, though, and you kind of have to know when to engage, when not to engage. And team fights are very important, whether they're good or bad. And that's one of the things that I've noticed, that if it's a bad team fight, you still have to take it if you're forced into it. It's usually better than, like, if I would have just left in that fight, these niggas would have lost. Like, it's that easy. Like, they would have not been able to do anything. I did actually a lot there. They were more like kind of dodging, picking, and moving around. But I saw the whole entire thing. And when I get focused on stuff like that, I mean, you see it. The pros tell you what they see when a team fight starts. So if you watch the pros how they fight, especially SKT. SKT, I believe, is one of the best teams out there that does excessively and excels on team fighting. It is insane. They can use almost any type of team comp and just whoop your ass because they understand how their team comp works. We didn't really have a front-to-back team comp, and I didn't actually explain that in there. So I'm the only one that's kind of tanky, but not really. So we kind of have more of a 1-4 team comp. So I'm the tank bruiser, which I'm not even really that much of a tank. So I can't completely fucking engage. And everybody has to be kind of spread out, which that's kind of what happened. We never really focused on a front-to-back team comp. Well, no, we had two tanks. Okay, so it's still like a 1-4 because I'm not supposed to be the one engaging. The one that's supposed to be engaging is not. But it still ended up working. I did enough damage to be able to take these fools out by myself without really too much help from our ADC. But if the ADC jumps in and then our jungle jump in, then it's just too much for them. But I don't know if you noticed, the jungler was always outside on that last fight. The Kai'Sa was strictly in front of the people. I was in front of her. And that little formation there is kind of how the team comp works. Karthus is supposed to be also either in the back or in the middle. So the way this team comp works is Nott's in front, Kai'Sa and it's not me, Karthus. Silas can be on one side or the other, and then Kai'Sa in the back. So it actually looks kind of weird. It's like a 1-3-1. That's kind of what our team comp was. So the reason I say that is because Nott has to engage, Karthus and me have to go in, and Silas has to pick out somebody. Usually he's the one on the side, so that's why I say he can be on the left or the right side, wherever. The reason you want Karthus there too is because if he ends up dying right there in the middle of the fight, he does massive amount of damage. Massive. So you want him to be in that fight. In that final fight, he was on the side, which he was doing damage to them while we were fighting. So our engage actually kind of worked because he was on this side, which kind of forced them to move around him. If they went through him, which they did try to, it was just massive amount of damage, and it looked like we didn't kind of lose him because we engaged at the right time before he actually completely fucking disappeared. So his ult ended up hitting a lot of people still. Just some good amount of damage, especially to the one that kind of heals up consistently. So that's the team comp fighting. On their end, though, they have all in. They have to go all in, and they really have no strict engager. They have to get a pick. That's usually how the team comp works. So when we're fighting on a 5v5, we have the better team comp, and you can tell by those fights. So Vlad has to go all in with the Yas and with the Jax, and then Thresh and Vayne come from the back. So technically, usually Vlad is the engager here. The reason it didn't work, they weren't positioned correctly. You have Vlad engage and gets the biggest kick in his ass, and Yas engage, and Jax wasn't there because he had flashed out. I don't know if you remember that. He flashed out after he took out. They did get it right, though. The first one is get a pick. The only problem with getting Karth as a pick is you got to wait it out. Once you get him at a pick, you can't re-engage because he can still ult, which is what happened. They went in. I immediately cut off their strength. Their strength was Vlad getting all that health back. Grievous Wounds gets applied. There ain't no health coming back. I mean, there is going to be some, but there's not going to be like a huge chunk like you normally see in the games where it's like, well, bam, you know, all his fucking life. It's like, oh, it's broken. Oh, we're all going to lose. Simple fucking Grievous Wounds and just at least able to do some damage. Takes out the Vlad completely out of the fucking match. Like, I don't understand why people are so fucking scared of him. It actually gets to me. There's like, oh, Vlad, GG, he's fed, game over. No, get some fucking execution calling. All of a sudden he becomes human, and then just do some fucking damage, and then he's gone. Like, there's nothing he could do after that. Like, really, even if he has the ability to fucking spam that shit, he's gonna die. We had good amount of CC, and you noticed that he got popped I don't know how many times, just continuous perma CC. There was nothing he could do. Plus my Q, he can't pull in any more health. And then I had an ult, Grievous Wound and Ignite. Nigga, that guy's gonna die. So it was actually perfect. So he ended up dying. Same thing with Jax. Jax's ability is to just constantly wail on you, and he does heal up. But he had nothing there either. I mean, we had too much CC, and that was the whole entire point. We had a good amount of CC, and my silence is very strong if you use it appropriately and you know where to Q it. It's kind of how I like saying it. You have to know where to Q it. And so if you don't, you just randomly use the Q randomly, and it ain't going to do anything. You're not going to kill anybody. In fact, more than likely, you're going to die. So, yeah, and then don't bitch out of a fight. They bitched out of that fight. Like, they engaged, they disengaged, they engaged, and that was just too much. They're an all-in comp. If they don't kill you all in, they can chase you, but you would have to be real low, but they can't disengage and re-engage. As soon as that ends up happening, they lose out on their strength. We win on our strength. Reason they lose out on their strength is because the Grievous Wounds does not allow them to heal back up. That's their gimmick. So if every time they engage, it goes from 75 to 50, and they engage again, they goes to 25, they're losing that fight. And that's actually what ended up happening. They started off full health. We fought, they went to 75. We fought again, they went down to 50, and then all of a sudden I just started popping them. And they tried re-engaging again. It was too late by that time. Or they should just fucking backed off, licked their wounds, and gone back home. But they decided not to do that. So ended up, we busted their face in, and we sent them home. I'll take that anytime. So hopefully, like I said, you liked it. You enjoyed the team fight, the explanations on it. There's a lot more in depth, but I'm not going to bore you anymore. On my YouTube channel, like I said, I want to be a pro YouTuber, gamer, professional gamer on there. One of my many dreams. It's a little donation box. Click on that little donation box. Help me out. I have a little goal there. Really big goal. I want to reach it, you know, in 1 year if I can, so I can be a pro gamer. Kind of focus a lot more of my time on this. Also, if you want coaching on some of this stuff, I can coach you. So if you're gold, even plats, man, because I feel like as plats, you can learn a lot. One of my buddies, I'm going to mention his name, he knows who he is, engaged when it was the appropriate time to engage, but our team was already backing off of that fight. And so I told him, I said, hey, you have to back off, man. I know it's not the right decision, but it kind of is the right decision at that point because the team ain't biting, man. These guys were not. I mean, we had a shitter team anyway, so after we saw him die, it looks like everybody felt guilty, so we all decided to go in, and we all died. And then he got really pissed after that, and it kind of makes sense. He had the right call, just he wasn't the leader of the group there, and actually none of them. That was a horrible game. We ended up losing that game anyways. But if you want coaching, I can't coach you 1v1. You can send me your video. There is a link on there. Just, you know, PM me, send me an email, something like that, and then I'll look at your video. Obviously not for free, because it does take up my time. We can go over it. I can Skype you. We can watch it through League. You know, I'll give you the deets. I'll say, hey, this was really stupid. This is really good. Remember, I do stupid shit too. On this one, I did a lot of stupid shit, but like I said, when you get it right on the right time frames, it's the name of the game. As the time clock reaches 30 or higher, any more the mistakes get more severe. So those mistakes were huge. That final fight was huge on them. They felt like they could win it, but they didn't understand their team comp. Our team kind of fucking didn't either, but I understood what I was able to do during that team fight and kind of felt what my team was willing to do. They were more aggressive anyway, so they were stupid aggressive. So I'd rather have a stupid aggressive team than a fucking retarded ass passive team. Just because aggressiveness usually wins games because they're just retarded enough to fight. And then if the other team chickens out, then you just win because you're a bully. Sophisticated fighting is what nails, oh, I love it. I love when you see sophisticated fighting. You get to understand more about the team. And that's what I say, you got to watch the pros, man. SKT is the best team fighting team that I've seen yet when it comes down off meta. There's a lot of teams that fight, but they use the fucking meta. I call those bitch teams because they just focus on who are the strongest characters. And yeah, you should be able to win more games than not. But I like the ones that go off meta and prove that they can win with anything. They can go 5 assassins and win. They can go 5 tanks and win. They can go 5 of this and that. It doesn't matter if you go your regular meta, they'll crush it. Because everything has a winning condition. Every little thing has, and so the more winning conditions, usually that's what meta means really. You just have more winning conditions. So with those champs, because they can kind of adapt. So you can still fuck it up. Like on this one, Vlad is one of those that has many winning conditions, and he still got his ass handed to him. Jax is another one. Yas is another one. Vayne is another one. Thresh is kind of one too, I think. I want to say he is one too. Yeah, he is actually one. So all those have, they're meta. They have a lot. They have huge winning conditions. Salas is actually one of them. Kai'Sa has fallen off a little bit. I have not seen Not in the pros. I have seen Karthus, so I know Karthus. And Garen is never used. Like, not even once I've heard that he's been used in this new season at least. But I'm showing him, I was mid, by the way, mid Garen. So I'm showing you that skill level means something in the game, but it's more about understanding the game. And that's where I want Riot to take this. I want Riot to take it to where if the person knows how to use macro, knows how to use team fighting, that sort of stuff, it should trump skill sets. Skill sets are important, but if you leave it only to the skillful, the game kind of dies out because even the skillful are stupid. So I want Riot to take it to that aspect. You have to know strategy. You have to know how to read the map. You have to know when to engage, when to disengage. And if the champions are just left to be that champions to pick to your choosing, would be better than having champions that can outscale other champions and shit like that. So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the little notification tab icon, donations, want to become a pro person. Also, if you need some coaching, let me know. PM me, send me an email. But yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what your favorite thing was in the comments below. So good fight, good night, and bye.